back to MechTech with Mr. Sullivan. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make the walls and the floor for your floor plan, which is kind of cool. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is once we're logged into TinkerCAD, you're going to go ahead and click on this Create New Design. That will open up for you like this. Once you're in here, we're going to rename it. So I'm going to rename it to my name and then floor plan. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do, this is the very next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to click on Edit Grid right down here. I'm going to change it from millimeters to inches. Okay. Once I get that changed, I'm going to leave it at default here because it's going to auto change to custom. But I'm going to change that to 25 by 25. Okay. And then I'm going to hit Update Grid. Notice how the grid got a lot bigger? It's going to give us a lot more room to work with while we're doing this. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our floor plan. In this case, I'm going to use this one. All right. This is the good example that I gave you guys. So I'm just going to start out with this one. And if you look at it, you'll see that it has all the measurements for the walls on it. Okay. The reason why that is important is because you're going to have to divide these numbers by 4. Okay. Because each one of these bricks is 1/4 of an inch, and in this scale, each one is 1 foot. So this being a 16-foot wall, we're going to divide it by 4, which means that it is really 4 inches on a piece of paper, which means that's what we're going to want in TinkerCAD. Okay, so the first room that we're going to make is we're going to make this kitchen right here. All right, so it's going to be 4, and then 10 divided by 4 is 2.5, so 4 by 2.5. So in here, we're going to grab a box, and we're going to make that 4. Oh, that one should be 2.5. And then this one is 4. And then we're going to take the z-axis. We're just going to take it down to 0.1 because we just want it for the floor. All right. So there's our kitchen. Make sense? Next, we're going to do this with all of these rooms. Okay. So we're going to go through. Let's go ahead and make the let's make the dining room next because it lines up with this wall right here. So that's going to be 2.5 by 3. So 2.5 by 3. And then by 0.1. And then we're going to zoom in on that so we can line it up like so. Ta-da. So we have our kitchen, we have our dining area. Makes it pretty easy. Okay. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do this master bath, which is going to be a 2 by 3. Go grab a box. Make it 2 by 3 by 0.1, and you can always do this 0.1 later. Make sure we got that all lined up. Perfect. And what I mean by that is the rest of these I'll do at 1, and then I'll show you how to get all of them down to 0.1 at the same time. So let's go ahead and move into the bedroom here and create this one. So it's going to be 16 divided by 4 is 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So let's go ahead and make that one. So it's going to be 4 by 6. And then we're going to line that up right there, and you can always change your view so you're looking straight down on it and see if that helps out at all. In this case, I kind of like this way a little bit better because it looks exactly the same way it does on paper. Okay, so there is your master bedroom. Let's create the living room because that goes right here. So the living room is 3 by 4.5. So this side is 3 because on the paper it is 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then same thing, 18 divided by 4 is 4.5 or 4.5. Then we take that and we line it up. Hopefully we got that relatively close. There we go. Okay, doing pretty good so far. What we got left is a laundry room right here at 1.5 by 2. Bring that out. So 1.5 by 2. That should fit quite nicely right there. And this is starting to look like our house, which is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and move into the garage next. So this is going to be a 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Take that, tuck that in right there. And then last we have our small bathroom right here, which is a 1 because 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2, so a 1 by 2. All we had to do is change that one, and then we will tuck that in right there. I don't think I overlapped. Perfect. So this right here should look like our floor plan right here. I think that's pretty close. So let's go ahead and change that back to the 3D view. You'll notice that when we move it, all of these ones are still at 1. So what I'm going to do is hold shift and start selecting these ones. And then I'll click on that center white dot and hit 0.1, drops them all down so they're all the same size. What we don't want to do is we do not want to group this yet. Okay? The reason why we don't want to do that is because we want to keep these lines. All right? Because that's going to help us place our walls where they need to go. All right? So to do that, what I'm going to do to make this easier to see is I'm going to change the color. Now let's go with one that doesn't match the floor here. That one made it really hard to see those lines. Let's try a different one. There we go. This one makes it really easy to see the lines, so we're going to go with it. And now I'm going to bring out the walls. Okay? So for your walls, any wall that you make is going to be 0.25. Okay? That is going to be your thickness. I'm sorry, that's 1 foot. So let's go 0.1 for your wall. That will make it about 6 to 8 inches thick in real life. Okay, so for scale purposes, that'll make it about 6 to 8 inches thick, which is a standard wall. Okay, so right here, 0.1. Okay. And the nice thing about this is that you can just duplicate walls and then resize them, which is really cool. We're not going to worry about the height of the walls yet. I'll show you how to change all of them at the same time. That'll make it really, really easy for you. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that two-dimensional view. Click on top. That way we can move this guy around really easy and get it lined up pretty quickly. Okay? So now that we have that done, we're going to zoom in on this wall, zoom out just a little bit so we can move it around, come down, drop it right here so it's lined up. And then all I'm going to do after that is drag that wall down to where it matches here. And then we're going to copy it, paste another one, okay? That way we don't have to mess with the thickness anymore. Rotate it 90 degrees and go do the same thing. Drop it up here and then just resize it to where it matches up with this wall. Same thing, let's duplicate it, bring it down here so it matches, except this one I'm going to extend the entire length of the garage, duplicate it again. Oh. Now duplicate it, there we go. Drop that one down here. We're going to focus on that one so we can resize. And then you just keep going until you get all of them done. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this portion, and I will come back here in a second and show you guys how to resize all of the walls and then put in the cutouts for your doors. All right, so as you can see, I have all of the walls done now. I'm going to switch back to that 3D view. So there is all of my walls. What I want to do now is I want to select all of the walls. So I'm going to hit Control A, and then I'm going to hold Shift and select just the floor in every room because I don't want to, I don't want to move the floor. And I'm going to take this, and a standard wall height is about 9 feet. So we're going to make it easy for math, and we're going to go to 10, okay? Which means that 10 divided by 4 is 2.5, okay? So we're going to take this, and we're going to go to 2.5. Kind of looks a little bit more like a house now. Oops, it looks like I've missed a wall. So let's change that one, 2.5. There we go. And now at this point, I can grab all of it and I can group it together. So once it groups, this is what it will look like. All of your joints in your walls should look like this one. If it doesn't, you'll notice really quick, and all you gotta do is ungroup it, select this wall, and let's extend it out just a little bit. So I'm going to zoom in, pan my camera, and extend it out to where it matches like that. Now I can grab everything again, so Control A, group, and that fixed that joint right there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to move around the house, find the joints that are bad, like this one. So let's ungroup, grab this wall, just this wall. Grab that center dot, move it in just a little bit to align. Control A, group, and that should have fixed that one. There we go. We got another one over here, another one right here. And I think that will be it. Oh, and then one right here. So we got 3 left to do. Once you're done getting all those set up, then you can start putting in your door, or at least the holes for your doors. In this case, I'm going to just make the holes, and then I'll go back and fix those joints here in a little bit. So I'm going to bring out a box. I'm going to make this box 0.5 for thickness, okay? A standard door height is 7 feet. So 7 divided by 4 is 7 divided by 4 is 1.75, I believe. Let me double check my math really quick. 7 divided by 4 is 1.75. So we're going to go to 1.75 for height. And then width, standard door width is 3 feet, anywhere from 2.5 to 3 feet. We're going to go 3 feet just to make it easy math, and we're going to put it at 0.75. There you go. There is your door opening. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go place this where the doors should go, like that. But what I want to do is I want to take this and I actually want to bring it up 0.1. So if you move it, you'll get this little pop-up. Then you can go 0.1. That way it aligns it with the floor in the house. Okay? And then I'm just going to copy and paste, and I'm going to move it around and place it everywhere where I want a door. Continue to do that. Copy, paste. Oops. Copy, paste. On a door here. So this one, I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Make sure it's through both sides. We're good. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. The reason why I'm not doing duplicate on this is because it's going to throw it around a little weird, and I don't want it to end up way off in the distance. I think I put a door in the wrong spot there. So let's move that one, that door. Oops. Nope. Let's just delete that one. We'll grab a different one. Grab. Uh-oh. I think my TinkerCAD is freaking out. There we go. Anyways, all you'd have to do is just make another door. But I'm going to show you what it's going to look like after you group it. So let's go ahead and Control A. First select all. We're going to group. And this, oh, it looks like I didn't bring up the doors quite enough. So we're going to go Control Z. Grab the door. Let's move it up just a little bit more. And another thing that you can do is zoom in on that door and continue to adjust it until you don't see that grayed out portion on the bottom. So you can adjust your snap grid to off and do Control with the arrow key, up arrow key, and it'll move, or you can grab it here and just barely move it until it doesn't grab that. And then you'll see when I go to group it, it looks like you're still getting a little bit there, which is fine. I'm not overly concerned about that because we're going to kind of cover it up anyway when we put an actual door in there. All right? So that is how you make your floor plan. I will make some more videos showing you how to make the doors and the windows and everything like that. But there is your floor plan. Hopefully you learned something, and good luck.